listen. I told my boy Jazz, I already caught the biggest fish in Texas. About to get out here and get it in. I see the water. I know who the #1 fisherman is. Even big fish get caught. This lets me know right there that I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to his legacy.
That kind of calm is scary to watch because it shows experience. You can see that he's been doing this for decades. You can see it with his shadow boxing. You can see it.
Terence Crawford sent Canelo Alvarez a terrifying message, stating that he is confident in his speed and accuracy, and that his goal is not just to win, but also to destroy a legacy. I'm a threat to him and his legacy, Crawford asserted. Crawford thinks Canelo won't be able to handle his style because of his undefeated record and high ring IQ. This goes beyond merely sending a message to the boxing elite.
Why he don't want to take a fight with me? If it's all about business, then you doing good business. If I'm easy work, I heard him say I'm easy work. If I was easy work, well, you would take all that money that he's offering you. But yet and still, he want 200 million for Benavidez, and he want 150 million to fight me. So that just lets me know right there that I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to him. I'm a threat to his legacy, because it would be crazy for a guy that started at 135 to come all the way up to 168, your weight, no catch weight, no none of that, and dethrone you. So, he got that in the back of his head. This guy, for one, he's tough. For two, he's a boxer. He moves, he can punch, he can do it all.
Ray Leonard, a legendary boxer, expressed his opinion that Canelo Alvarez still has a shot despite Terence Crawford's significant weight advantage. According to Leonard, boxing has always been about more than size. He believes that Crawford is a skilled fighter who can overcome physical advantage through strategy, timing, and self-belief. His vote of confidence is a reflection of the respect that Crawford has among veterans who are aware of the mental aspects of the sport.
What about Crawford do you think can bridge the weight gap, or like with you, what did bridge the weight gap? Because a lot of people are just saying, hey, Canelo's just too big for someone like Terence.
That's true, but you know what? There's always a way. Put it that there's always a way. There's always a way to win.
Analysts are keenly examining what seems to be an exciting collision of dissimilar styles, now that the bout has been formally announced. Canelo Alvarez's explosive power, strategic pressure, and well-timed combinations are well known. They work particularly well against fighters who falter or take too long to react.
I think Canelo, he likes to go to the same combinations, quite repetitively, whereas Crawford is unpredictable. And despite him not having the size, it's the shots that you don't see that hurt the most. And maybe Crawford can hit him with some unexpected shit. And because of the repetitiveness of Canelo, maybe he can time him. Maybe he can counterpunch with him, because Crawford is unbelievable at that. But I'm fascinated to see if Crawford has the power to get the respect of Canelo Alvarez, because when you don't, it's a long night. It's not nice. Like Crawford did well against Madrimov, and he won that fight for me quite clearly. But Madrimov was countering him. If you can counter the counter puncher, you can give them a lot of problems when they're not used to that. And Canelo can counter people.
Terence Crawford responds with skillful movement, unpredictability in angles, and a special capacity to change the momentum in his advantage. According to experts, Crawford's best course of action will be to take control early on and break Canelo's rhythm with volume and pace. If he doesn't, Canelo Cold's inherent power and height advantage can start to wear him down throughout the battle. If Crawford maintains his discipline and follows a clear strategy, his versatility, quick reactions, and boxing IQ provide him a genuine route to win. He is capable of outscoring Canelo. The game is starting to resemble a real chess battle.
And as great as Terence Crawford is, we've never seen him in there with someone with the power of Canelo Alvarez, this is a different world of power. And look, maybe Canelo doesn't throw as many shots as he used to, and maybe Crawford might look at that and go, you know what, I'm going to try and outpoint this guy, not get into a war with him, but just show my boxing, genius and outpoint him and outland him. That's possible. It is. This is why this is such a fascinating matchup, man. We've been treated to some amazing fights. Usyk Fury, for example, this is another one of those mega fights on Riyadh season. Again, I'm disappointed for Jake Paul, but I am happy for boxing fans because, my God, this is the treat of the
Turkey posing confidently between Crawford and Canelo. Al-Sheikh, the Saudi administrator responsible for the region's sports growth, said that their September fight will go down as a classic in contemporary boxing. By lending his support, his presence alone conveys the significance of the occasion. He increased the fight's awareness behind both competitors, making it not only a significant occasion, but also a turning point in boxing history worldwide. His enthusiasm reflects the amount of attention and money being put into this crucial match.
All right, gentlemen, and fists up. Terence, good, excellent, great, excellent, wonderful.
Because we are true fighters.
We are two fighters, but we are
True fighters.
true, yeah, of course. No, not YouTuber fighters.
Huh?
Not YouTuber fighters. Yeah,
Of course. They need to talk and talk shit about the fight because they want to say something. The people know we are great fighters. They want to put a great fucking fight.
yeah.
We don't need to talk
I
shit
am
about
sure. I am sure. In the end in the mid of September, we will have one of the greatest fights ever happen in boxing, and I am sure of it. I am sure.
Terence. Crawford has had an incredible rise through the most difficult divisions in boxing by using one of the most sophisticated skill sets. In the sport, rather than just physical force, he has won titles in 3 weight divisions and stayed undefeated. Crawford is a highly adaptable and unpredictable fighter due to his ability to read opponents in real time. His timing of footwork and his fluidity while switching stances, he effectively manages distance and, without being careless, applies persistent pressure to make mistakes.
Crawford, on the other hand, he has been walking down his fighters, and people don't see that but me. For some reason, when I had that tape, people were screaming cat. And it's like David Ebenezer, Errol Spence, Sean Porter, Gamboa, a meme machine. Even against Madrimov, the way he won the fight was by fighting. It wasn't Floyd Mayweather sticking. This guy has been too athletically gifted, and I mean explosive, hard punching, and too strong for his ops. When he's in orthodox, he boxes more. When he switches, he becomes a puncher. And now he's coming out southpaw. He ends you. He is not, you gotta watch him fight. He does do athletic things where his hands and his feet work together and he catches you for sure. But what he mostly do is he punishes and he bullies his op because he walks you down and whips your ass.
Crawford doesn't seek out knockouts. Instead, he produces them by methodically breaking down his opponent's bodies and minds. Because of his high boxing IQ, he can make tactical changes in the middle of a bout that can change the outcome. However, casual fans, who still prefer more aggressive, showy fighters among coaches, analysts, and seasoned pros, sometimes overlook this intellectual and controlled approach. Many people consider Crawford to be among the best complete boxers of his age. In a sport where versatility wins titles, his supremacy is based on impeccable basics and persistent plan execution rather than just highlight reel moments. Crawford's genius is still indisputable.
Crawford, on the other hand, he has been walking down his fighters, and people don't see that but me. For some reason, when I had that tape, people were screaming cat. And it's like David Ebenezer, Errol Spence, Sean Porter, Gamboa, a meme machine. Even against Madrimov, the way he won the fight was by fighting. It wasn't Floyd Mayweather sticking. This guy has been too athletically gifted, and I mean explosive, hard punching, and too strong for his ops. When he's in orthodox, he boxes more. When he switches, he becomes a puncher. And now he's coming out southpaw. He ends you. He is not, you gotta watch him fight. He does do athletic things where his hands and his feet work together and he catches you for sure. But what he mostly do is he punishes and he bullies his op because he walks you down and whips your ass. He's an
Crawford has been sparring with considerably larger opponents to be ready for the size and strength Canelo would bring to the ring, according to a new revelation from Nico Ali Walsh. Crawford's physique will be conditioned by these training sessions to take blows from naturally larger competitors and remain in control during physical altercations. Instead of being afraid of the weight gap, it's a premeditated tactic to lessen the shock of size mismatch when fight night arrives. Crawford appears to be accepting it and preparing his reflexes, balance, and resilience to withstand Canelo's attacks.
Guys, I think people are going to watch it, so it's an exciting matchup.
And we have another mega fight. Let's be honest, September. Canelo and Crawford, two guys
Yes.
been around that you've trained with and things like that.
Yes.
Fight.
That fight, everyone was siding towards Canelo. I would say it was like 80-20 people with Canelo before Canelo's last fight. But then after Canelo's last fight, it seems like it's more 50-50 now. So everything is just the build-up for that fight is just going to be absolutely magnetizing. Like that fight, it's garnered so much more buzz after Canelo's last fight. And Bud is Bud. He's one of the greatest fighters in boxing history. He is one of the greatest fighters in boxing history. So it's going to be a fight. It's going to be awesome to watch.
Have you sparred any of them?
I haven't sparred Bud yet. I haven't been in Canelo's camp. I've met Canelo a few times. I love Canelo's team. Canelo's one of my favorite fighters. He's been my favorite fighter for the longest time. But I have to be Team Bud because me and Bud are cool, and I have so much belief in Bud, and I know who he is as a fighter. He is one of the greats. So he could do anything he wants.
And being around both of them and seeing how they work and train and things like that, what makes both of them the fighters they are, in your opinion?
I've watched Bud, so for Bud in particular, he's calm in everything he does, and that kind of calm is scary to watch because it shows experience. You can see that he's been doing this for decades. You can see it with his shadow boxing. You can see it.
Moving up in weight won't change the identity that made Terence Crawford one of boxing's most respected technicians. Analysts and trainers expect him to stay true to the foundation of his success: sharp footwork, elite timing, and precise counterpunching. Facing Canelo Alvarez, renowned for his power, pressure, and ability to cut off the ring, Crawford doesn't need to win through brute force. If he tries to match Canelo's strength recklessly, he risks walking into punishing counters from one of boxing's most efficient punchers. Instead, Crawford's advantage lies in his ability to control tempo, create angles, and frustrate opponents with accuracy and movement. By staying composed and methodical, he can offset the size disadvantage and capitalize on Canelo's moments of overcommitment. This fight will test Crawford's discipline and strategic IQ more than his power. If he sticks to what brought him success, victory is possible not through aggression, but through precision and poise.
How is Terence Crawford going to beat Canelo Alvarez? We need to talk about it. When we look at the guys who've had success with Canelo, we'll look at Bivol, we'll look at Golovkin, we'll look at Floyd, and we'll look at Lara. Yes, I'll throw Lara in there, why not? I think all these fights are absolutely irrelevant coming into this bout. Some of them are just dated, or some of these guys' style just cannot apply. For example, a guy in Lara. If Crawford wanted to fight how Lara fought Canelo, he would probably gas out in 7 rounds, or if he made it 12, he just wouldn't get that decision. It's that simple. Let's take a guy in Golovkin. Crawford just simply does not have the punching power, nor do I think he has the gas tank at 68. He's not a good enough puncher to try to fight Canelo like Golovkin. He doesn't have the physical traits, even in the chin department. Then you have Floyd Mayweather. Well, both can have a bit of similarities. The speed, reflexes, technical prowess, IQ, timing, counterpunching. Lateral movement, it's just too much from Floyd. I don't think Bud could take much from Floyd's game plan to implement it into his own success in September. And then you have Dimitri. The speed, the technical prowess, the IQ, the length is too much. So essentially, Terence Crawford is going to have to beat Canelo in a way that nobody has ever beaten him or gave him any issues in. I'm going to tell you exactly how Crawford's going to fight. He's going to fight like his damn self. It's too late in his career to change up the game plan. It's too late in his career for him to want to change up the game plan coming to a fight of this magnitude with a style he's never fought before. That will be a recipe for disaster. He's going to be more than likely off the back foot. He's going to be looking for counter shots. And I think there will be a point in this fight where he's simply just trying to survive. I like Crawford. He's an amazing pound-for-pound fighter. A different animal at 168. This is one of the greatest of all time. I see win scenarios for him, but I don't see him being realistic. I can see him fighting off the back foot, using his speed, timing, and feet to stay away from Canelo. But that's very, very, very unlikely. Damn near impossible.